Wow.
Coming inside of this show.
Max is going to be at Commerce Roundtable and said, let's hang out.
Yeah, we will. He should come to
We
Nate's.
have to.
He should come to Nate's thing. Is what he should do.
Yeah, we have to.
We should have him show IRL. We should have him on the show IRL when we are there. Coming inside of this show right now, the one and only Adam Pearce, co-founder and CEO of Blend Commerce, working on Shopify conversion rate optimization for brands across the globe. Just some little guys like Yamaha.
Whoa.
Absolute Collagen and more. Also, I think he runs a little Ecom Collab Club somewhere in the UK, and maybe he's got just a killer accent. I don't know. We shall see. We must bring him inside of the show. The one and only Adam Pearce. Get in here, Adam. Let's go. Get inside of the show.
Let's go.
I don't feel like I'm cracked enough, though. Max hyped me up. I mean, I was feeling a little bit flat, honestly, but I'm like, shit, that guy, whatever he's taking, I need to take some same. So,
Same. I don't know what peptides he's on. He said just caffeine and nicotine is what he said.
Yeah.
But I'll take that dose of whatever he's got. Adam, man, we appreciate you making the time and joining the show. Welcome, brother.
Pleasure, mate. Good to be here, and thank you very much for having me on to come and chew the fat.
Hey, Adam, now tell me, where in the UK is your accent from? Because I'm digging it so much right now. Where are you?
The feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. But I am near a place called Stratford-upon-Avon, which any literary fans out there will know where Shakespeare's from. Basically, where I live is kind of like Disneyland for Shakespeare fans. So everything is named after Shakespeare, from a cab firm to a cafe to a restaurant. It's kind of tiring after a while. But it's all right.
Stratford-upon-Avon. Yeah, outside of Birmingham. I'm looking at it right now. Birmingham, I think probably is how you say it.
He said it right as well. The first ever American to say it correctly.
Let's go.
Jesus.
The deal is that we're kin way back. My ancestors came from these parts, these islands, and so anyway, I'm always interested when we have some of our UK operators on here. Adam, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Tell us, man, how you got started in this whole e-com game. Like, what's the origin story of Blend Commerce and such?
100% accident, like me as being conceived. The thing was for me is like I started out from university, did the usual thing, like went to university, think I'm gonna make loads of money, went to London to become a manager consultant, realized it wasn't really for me. So I was like, right, I want to change the world, I'm gonna be a teacher. I became a teacher. They let me in front of children. I know it's unbelievable. It's just crazy. And after a few years, got bored of that. I then went somewhere in the middle and kind of worked for an educational app company where I was doing sales and marketing at the time when Facebook was really freaking easy to get like 20, 30 ROAS on. So I was then deemed like an expert, even though I wasn't really. And then my brother-in-law one day said, hey, there's this small, teeny, weeny, tiny little Canadian company called Shopify who does a website thing called Shopify. I was like, do you mean Spotify? He's like, no, Shopify. And he was building websites. I could do the marketing. We blended. There comes the name, Blend Commerce together. And 12 years in, that's where we are. So it was coincidental. The first time in my life I've ever been in the right place at the right time. And here we are in, sort of like 2026 even, CRO Agency of the Year globally, and all these lovely accolades and loving life. So yeah.
Whoa! What was this accolade? CRO Agency of the World?
Slid that in there.
Tell us about this, bro.
I'm proud, man. I mean, look, this is something that we actually got this year. So we were entered for the Global CRO Agency Award. We down to the short list of 3, thinking, we ain't gonna get this, and we just get them out. So like, you've won. We're like, what the freaking hell? So we're just milking, obviously as much as we can with that to show people how great you are. But look, in all honesty, for me, that people are skeptical about awards, and I get it. But for me, it's more just from the fact of we have sent what we do, our process, to someone externally who said, yeah, well, your process is good. The client results obviously there that were great as well, and they have verified off the back of it. It's great for the team, and yeah, it's something I'm very, very proud of.
Congratulations, brother. You should be. That's incredible, man.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Cheers, chaps.
Adam, I mean, you've been in the industry now for multiple years at this point, multiple hundreds of brands that you've seen. How have you kind of seen CRO change from when you first jumped in here to now how we're rocking and rolling in 2026?
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, look, when we started as a pure play dem design agency because, look, frankly, with Shopify at that time, it was like, oh, there's this thing where you can create a website. Great, go and do it. And it was, CRO wasn't even the thing that we considered. When we really started officially saying that we were CRO, and it's been kind of an evolution over time, which was probably about sort of 5-6 years ago. The thing was then is that it was all about, the typical best practice stuff. And this is where the whole, button color changing BS comes from, because at that point, people didn't know what was going on. There was a few tests that people did again and again and again, and obviously that happened. I think for me, what really was a catalyst was that obviously during COVID times, everyone and their dog, i.e. the public, became a CRO specialist, because what they were effectively doing is looking at goddamn websites all day and going, not sure I trust these guys, not trust these guys. And that's when, for me, like the sort of the data bit came in, and it was like, actually, what we need to do here is be a lot more forensic than we were previously. The usual stuff that we used to put in front of members of the public on our website, they are so skeptical of right now. And actually, we need to be really clever about how we hook them in. We need to get the right time, the right message, the right functionality, the right UI, UX. That for me was like the exponential curve up. And obviously, look, it propelled e-commerce, didn't it, by 10 years?
Yeah.
But equally, I think because of that, the sophistication of us as a member of the public increased again, because we were just looking at websites all the time and buying workout equipment and Gymshark pants and all the crap that great stuff that we bought.
Great stuff that we bought. It was a good slip in right there, Adam.
That's great.
Okay, Adam, tell me this. When you're looking at websites now, and I totally agree with you, the sophistication has it's just exponentially necessitated to grow. Like, we have all needed to have gotten much better at our game to win in 2026 and beyond. But tell me now, like, when you're looking at clients, you're doing audits, like, what are people still getting wrong? Like, I mean, when you look at websites now, like, what comes up as like the obvious no-nos that we're still doing?
The big one for me, and we see it all the time, is kind of a disregard of on-site search. And I think I said to you guys before we obviously planned this show, is that I feel like people treat search a little bit like that awkward stepmom that you don't really like. She's just kind of there, but you don't really want to have too much to do with her.
Yeah,
and
I never even think about it.
Yeah, and the thing for me, the couple of things with it. So a couple of stats here is that if you generally look at the stats of our clients, those customers that use on-site search on desktop and mobile have between a 50 and 60% higher chance of converting than those that don't. And really? I think the reason, it's absolutely mind-blowing, because ultimately, I think what effectively happens is the search feature itself, does a couple of things. Psychologically, it actually induces trust, because when you are then searching, you see actually you have a quality search that is returning items to you that are relevant to that, number one. The second thing is you're doing what I call hand-holding and signposting, which for me is the key thing with CRO. That's all CRO is about. Holding someone's hand, signposting through the site and getting to where they want to be. But the other beauty of on-site search for me is it also then should be feeding in to your PPC teams, your SEO teams, because ultimately then with all of that search data, you then go further beyond obviously the site and look at your funnels and how you're trying to then bring people in. So I think for me, that's one thing, again and again and again that we keep on seeing. The other thing as well is subscription brands. Oh my word. It feels like to me that when you go to a subscription brand, they literally go, get a subscription now. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, kiss me before you, obviously, I won't say the other word. But ultimately, we are not going to just dive in to buying something on repeat because they give us 10% subscribe and save. 10 years ago, yeah, fine. But I think, now we see a lot of the time is that it's much, much better to secure that single purchase first. And even in some instances, we've had this before, removing subscription from a site and then purely just using email to upgrade that single purchaser to then be a subscription purchaser. So again, it depends on the individual behaviors of the clients coming to the site, but it's some two things for me massive that still keep getting done and not really sort of actioned.
I find that interesting. I never think about on-site search, number one.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you pointed that out. I'm glad you pointed out. And that stat, like converting 50-60% higher is crazy. Yeah. And then I just recently, I would say, gosh, the past 18 months, past 12 months, past 18 months, I first really got working with the first subscription brand, subscription heavy, CPG, supplements, blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to study the landscape. And what you denoted about subscription brand is the case. It's like a shocker. It's like, buy now and then look at all these offers that we got for you. You don't even know what you're going to pay because you're saving so much. It's just all the time. But this is interesting to think about, like, hey, actually, this may work better for us making more money if you push single time purchase and then we sell subscription through email. That's very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think because ultimately, the thing with subscription play is we're doing it because we know that ultimately the LTV is going to be higher on a subscription play than it is going to be, of course, with singular purchase. But I think the problem is that sometimes it feels like that there is this kind of rhetoric that, look, you just ignore the single purchase and we only sell the single purchase to those who won't complete on the subscription. But actually using that as a mechanism to get people through to their subscription later on is a much better way of doing it. Because, if you look at all of the stats, the reason people churn subscriptions generally is because actually of over subscription of product. They have too much product, whether it be dog food, whether it be deodorant, whether it be beauty, it's always the issue. So allowing them to find their feet with it and also having multiple options for subscription, those are kind of things that I think, still are being ignored because it's like, oh, the subscription gold rush, get subscription, unsubscribe and save 10%. Well, hey, we're a winner.
I find that interesting. I like that.
Adam, you're CEO of the CRO agency of the year, and you are a fan of a friend of the show, Intelligems. Could you talk a little bit about how you are using Intelligems at your agency right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, we have probably, I would say, about 95% of our clients use Intelligems. We've tested a lot of the platforms that are out there. There are obviously a phenomenal amount of them, and they are growing all the time. I think the reason that we like Intelligems is twofold. Is that one, from a data reliability perspective, we have had a lot of issues with other platforms where the reliability of A/B tests that have come back has been questioned. What that does is it erodes trust between us and our clients. Yeah. And whilst a lot of the time, that can be ironed out, it's not something that we generally kind of want to have to do. We want the tools that we have to be robust. And we found obviously that's the case with Intelligems. I think the other thing for Intelligems for me is that, look, and guys, this as well, when you're working with a brand, and anyone who's got a business, when we put X amount of dollars into something, what are we going to get out of it? And we might have different demands on different people for those things, but also that is a question. With Intelligems, because you get the projected increase in monthly orders and revenue with that particular test, it's very helpful for our clients because not only do they see the real-time metrics, and we as an agency will use revenue per session as a North Star, but on top of that, it is actually on top of this that we've achieved, the expectation is that the winning test that we have here will add another $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month based on this particular test. So I think it's helpful, for us to see, okay, look, how successful are we at A/B testing? But secondly, allowing the clients also then to see if you are a brand, okay, when I'm doing this thing, this is the kind of thing that we should expect to go there. And of course, it's not guaranteed. You know, we work in a world where there are a gazillion different variables that can change at any moment, but it does give some indication as to what is of course going to be possible.
Love that.
Adam, okay, in this vein on revenue per session, give me your thoughts, give me your take on revenue per session versus conversion rate. You know, this used to be like all we would talk about is conversion rate. What's the conversion rate? And move it up, move it down, etc. Especially as a CRO agency. Talk to me about revenue per session versus conversion rate.
Yeah, I'm going to get in trouble with the purists here, but look, I'm going to go for this. Look, I think that conversion rate optimization is the worst way to describe CRO. It is the worst way to describe the acronym. And obviously I'm being facetious here, but the point really for me here is that we all know, and everyone knows this who's listening to this show, you can increase conversion rate, but there will always be at an expense of. So you can increase traffic, decrease traffic, you can increase conversion rate, but decrease AOV. Ultimately, all of these metrics are connected and you're never going to get a steady state increase across all of these different items. The point for me is with CRO is what I see CRO is we are looking to make sure that website, and in particular, that Shopify website that we're working on, is the most efficient at bringing revenue into the bank account of that owner. Yeah. Therefore, if revenue per session is going up, that is a true indication of look, conversion rate, OV, return customer rate, they are all levers or levers, depending where you're listening to this from, that you can use, but ultimately they should be following up into revenue per session to see actually whether the impact of what we're doing is having the right directional movement in terms of the business. Yeah. So I firmly believe that, look, if you really are wanting to see what the impact is, revenue per session. The problem for me is that you do get many e-commerce managers, directors who are still remunerated purely based on conversion rate. Yeah. And I'm like, guys, like what? But it's still going.
Yeah. You know, it's in the on the ad kind of surface of our work in consumer. It's like manipulating ROAS. It's like if somebody just wants ROAS go up, like I can do that. Like we're gonna spend less money. Okay. Yeah. And we're just only going to target returning customers. Okay. I can make ROAS go up, but it doesn't mean there's more money in your bank account. You know, it's a funny thing. Adam, I have also heard that you are a galvanizer of community over there with the Ecom Collab Club. Tell me about this. I say this because I am a somewhat of a galvanizer myself, a creator of events at times. Tell me about what you're doing over there with this.
Yeah, I mean, look, we when we started our agency, we used events as a way to promote it. And after sort of look, COVID was done in the UK, networking events for e-commerce were pretty poor. It consisted of like crappy hotels, warm wine, chicken and white wine sauce, and just I am, although obviously you can see I'm what we call in the UK a bit of a gobshite, i.e. I just kind of talk and talk and talk. I'm not very good at kind of, I guess, networking in that environment. So my business partner said, look, why don't we hire out a movie theater, 8 a.m. in the morning, we'll talk about e-commerce and see how it goes. So as we did, we hired one out. We had 30 people show up. Okay, thought, great, this is fine. Fast forward today, 4 years in, we have about 180 people show up each month. We have brands from all over the place come and talk. And people actually show up at 8 a.m. to a movie theater in central London, have a really good time talking to the brands. We have a speed networking section in the middle. Lots of swearing, as you've seen, obviously, from me today. And really just look at a good opportunity to hear from what other people are doing and meet other people who are, again, tearing their hair out for the same reasons that we all are as well.
I want to come. I want to go.
Seriously.
Well, we would love to have you. If you ever in London, please come in. We've done it in Austin. We've done it in New York. We've done it in Toronto. So we've done pop-ups in different places. Shout out Terry Blacks. Man,
Let's go, Terry Blacks.
Let's go, Terry Blacks.
Terry Blacks. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go to London though. That's what I want to do. I want to go to the movie theater at 8 a.m. in the morning.
If you come, I need one of those hats for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
This doesn't cut it against that. So
that's done. Fair. We got Colin. I think we got to find a good excuse, like to go to London, and then
let's go.
Actually, we were talking about a little Euro trip. We were.
Not this year. Come.
Not this year. Next year.
But maybe 2027.
Awesome.
2027. Euro Cowboys.
I want to take you some real like weird restaurants and British pubs, and then I think we should make an episode of it. Have you just guys like squirming at like the fact you're eating offal and expected to kind of like enjoy it? I mean, I'm planning this out in my mind already, guys. So let's do it.
We can eat Marmite, right? We can have Marmite.
Marmite.
Yeah.
Is Marmite English? Is that English?
Yeah, it's an English thing. Yeah. So we have Marmite. The Aussies have Vegemite, which tastes like ass. Marmite is delightful. I mean, Marmite and cheese sandwich, 3 o'clock in the morning after 15 beers.
Whoa.
I mean, you can't.
Adam, you sound like my kind of guy, big boy.
That's amazing.
You sound like my kind of guy. Hey, okay. All right. And before we get you out of here, Adam, I appreciate you making your time to join us. Who knows what time it is over there right now? What time is it where you are?
It's 3 a.m. in the morning. No, sorry. It's 7:30 in the evening. Funny story for you guys. Today is my 10-year wedding anniversary.
Let's go.
So yeah, my wife is waiting for me to. I love a sound effect. Yeah, my wife is waiting for me to finish up, and we're gonna go and get a takeout and collapse on the sofa as you do as a rock and roll CEO that I am.
Yeah, let's go. That sounds delightful. Before you go, thoughts on England's finish to the World Cup.
What happened?
I thought they had a shot. I was cheering for them too, especially after the US exited. I thought Harry Kane, and the rest. I thought we
were convinced.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it might be something that we could do, but unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for us. So yeah, we hopefully next time around we'll get a little bit closer. But Argentina, did us over, unfortunately.
Oof, that one hurt. But the Three Lions shall return. Adam, we appreciate you joining us, brother. We look forward to getting together in London town, official, and we look forward to having you back. Thank you, man.
Beautiful. Cheers, guys. Bye.